قال الله العظيم في محكم كتابه الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا نحن نزلنا الذكر وإنا له لحافظون آمنا بالله صدق الله العلي العظيم. The three main religions in the world, Christianity, the Judaism and Islam, have their own books. For example, for the Christians you have the Holy Bible. For the Jews you have the Torah. And for the Muslims you have the Holy Quran. But the Muslims all believe in one holy book. We don't have different groups believing in different versions of holy book. When it comes to the Christians, they have different versions. They have the KJV, for example, King James Version. And you have the Old Testament and the New Testament. Sometimes some of these verses are changed. Just imagine you have a book that is a copy of the copy of the copy of the copy that doesn't lead anywhere to the original book of the Holy Bible. And in this Holy Bible, the KJV, that some of the Christians believe in, that you have verses that are removed. The KJV, the King James Version, was translated from Latin. It was translated from Latin in 1600, in 16th century, by 40 scholars of the British, of the Church of England. Just imagine you have a book that is a copy of the copy, as I said before, that doesn't even lead to the original. And this book was translated to English. How much meanings of the words can be changed in the translations? They translated this book, 40 scholars in that time, in the Church of England, by the command of King Henry, or King James, and they called it the King James Version. And the Christians, now the Catholic, the Orthodox, and different types of Christians, different groups of Christians, some believe in that version, others they don't believe in that version. The shocking thing about this book, the Holy Bible, is when you go back to it, you can see that there is different KJV. Even the KJV version has different versions. I read in one of the Holy Bibles, it was written that this KJV is a second version, and it redeems and it has some kind of, it cancels the whole idea of the writing was that it cancels the first version, that the first version had some verses that are not approved by the Church of England. SubhanAllah, they can play with it, they can remove some verses, they can put some verses back, they can do everything they want. Even for the Torah, you have different versions for the Torah. And for the Torah, you can see that not all of the Jews, they have the same Torah, and they read from the different Torah. But SubhanAllah, you can see that these religions, they have different books, but they believe in it. But when it comes to the Muslims, when you have the Sunnis, you have the Wahhabis, you have the Shia, you have the Hanabila, you have the Shafi'is, you have the Malikis. Inshallah, in the subsequent nights I will explain the other four groups of the Muslims, and inshallah you understand the difference between those. But when it comes to this group of Muslims, they all believe in one book. The same book. The same text of the book, with the same, starts with the Surah Al-Fatiha and finishes with the Surah Al-Nas. The same book that you have 114 surahs. There is no verse less or more than other books. Some believe that this book was, changed in its time. But Islam says that in the holy book, in the holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, إِنَّا نَحْنُ نَزَّلْنَا الذِّكْرَ وَإِنَّا لَهُ لَحَافِظُونَ. Allah Azza wa Jal, the one that He sent this book by His messenger, the last messenger and the best messenger, and He sent this book by the best malak of his malaika, the best angel, Gabriel, is sent it to his best prophet, the last prophet of Islam, Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wasalam. This book was sent by Allah, and Allah is a protector of this book. Not just a protector by, not changing a verse, even the protector of, a person coming and, disrespecting this book. Some people thinking that, the disrespecting of this book, happens in this world. But believe me, Allah Azza wa Jal will, punish those who disrespect this book. Because in Islam, when it comes to the Holy Quran, we have to understand that this book is a reference guide for our lives, Because the modern world has these comforts, We do our best to be comfortable. We do our best to, live a happy life. We do our best to live, a fulfilling life, to fulfill our desires. But when it comes to why are you doing this? You bought a house, you bought a car, you got married, you have children, and then what? What happens next? What are you gonna do next? When you die, what happens to all those things that you thought this will be, with you in mortality? You will enjoy them for thousand and thousand years. But the holy book of the Holy Quran shows you why you have those. What is the reason? What's your purpose in life? That's the book. I could give you an example to clarify this. When you sit down in the car and you want to go to a certain place, what do? The first thing you do, if you don't know the way to there, you open a street directory or your GPS, and for the global position system, you search for that, that place, that address. Even for a street directory, you open that book and you start, learning the way to go there. You don't just open, start the ignition and start driving and getting lost in the way. No, you learn the way and then start driving. You get someone to get you there. The Holy Book, it's like a reference guide. It's like a directory, a street directory if you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. It's something that shows you your purpose in life. Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salatu was-salam came to, show us the meanings of these verses. As Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, إِنِّي تَارِكٌ فِيكُمُ الثَّقْلَيْنِ كِتَابَ اللَّهِ وَحِكْمَةِ أَهْلِ بَيْتِ. These two are together. You can't just take one of them and leave the other aside. You have to take two of them together, because the Holy Book itself doesn't explain itself. You have to understand the Holy Book by the messengers of Allah Azza wa Jal, by the people that were appointed by Allah Azza wa Jal. And these people are the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salatu was-salam. When you come and you see these people, as scholars, they sit down and they read the Holy Book and they start translating the book as they desire. And they play with the ayah, they play with the verses, and they put one verse in a story, they put another verse in another story. They play with the Holy Book and they make a big mess out of it. Allah Azza wa Jal, He knew this will happen. That's why He appointed Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salatu was-salam. Ahlul Bayt, that Allah Azza wa Jal said, إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنْكُمُ الرِّجْسَ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ وَيُطَهِّرَكُمْ تَطْهِيرًا. He purified them, He perfected them, and that's why He gave them this ability to show you the meanings of the Holy Book, the meanings of the ayah, the meanings of the verses. And that's why Allah Azza wa Jal gave the value of the names of Ahlul Bayt to Adam. Ya Adam, allimhum bi asma'i ha'ula. What were the names? When you open the first chapter of the Holy Book and you read the Surah Al-Baqarah, you can see the first ayat of the Surah Al-Baqarah shows you the first creation, the beginning of the earth, the beginning of the universe. And Allah Azza wa Jal shows you why He gave Adam a value that He didn't give the Malaik. He didn't give the angels. And the angels, they came and they, challenged Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They questioned Allah. They didn't challenge Him, they questioned